What's up, Airsoft YouTube? This is RRS coming to you with another video real quick. Today I'm going to be reviewing my camouflage for my AGM MP001 sniper rifle. To start off, I cannot take credit for this. This is Vavann, V-A-V-A-N-N 56. His design, he's France. Obviously, he plays in France. He uses a Maruzen L96 upgraded, and he just kicks butt. So I watched a few of his videos, and he has a tutorial on this, which I watched and figured it out from that. But it is in French, so I thought I'd go ahead and do an overview for all of us who speak English. I will also be, I'll also have a link to that video in the description, as I did in my previous video. If you want to see that, just click on it. Alright, well, here we go. This, first off, has two parts. One is the scope, which is obviously entirely separate, and the barrel. I went a step further with the barrel and put an integrated suppressor in the end, which I built myself. I'll kind of maybe talk about that towards the end of the video. But anyway, just to give you a quick glimpse on how it works. You guys saw it in the last video if you watched it. If not, you can go back to that. It just goes right on. Just like that. And then you can just kind of flip it over, and it just hangs right over the gun. A nice, just kind of wavy camo. Like when you lay down with the whole barrel, since it drapes below the gun, it bunches up and really distorts the actual look of it. So you don't. It's kind of harder to spot. And if you keep it out of the way of the end of that, you can see fine down the scope. So, alright, I'm leaving the gun here because I'm going to show you something with it. Get tangled like that sometimes. Now, to start off, you're going to want to use PVC pipe. I used cardboard. The barrel is I always forget this, wrapping paper tube. When you finish with wrapping paper, obviously like you finish with toilet paper, there's a tube at the bottom. That's what I used for this. Obviously it's all cut up, mangled, meshed, whatever. You see right here how it is cut in half basically to right there. That should be sealed, but I had problems, so it is not. I also opened it up so it fit a little bit better right there, but I mean, not bad. Anyway, what you're going to want to do is when you take the whole tube, you are going to want to line it up with the scope right about here at the end. Put the whole barrel up. You're going to want the scope actually off, so line it up with the rail. And right where the stock, the body of the gun ends, that's where you're going to want to mark and basically just cut it in half right there. If you're using PVC pipe, a jigsaw, or some kind of saw-all or whatever, if you're using cardboard like I did, which I do not recommend since I'm basically ditching this because I've used it, because I've made it out of cardboard and I've had so many problems with it. Just use scissors if you're using cardboard, but like I said, it's not going to last that long. So cut it right there, cut it in half, and then if you want, you can open it up like I did as far as the end goes, or as far as to the end, and it should slide right on. Mine had problems, like I said, it got bunched up in places, but that's that. Let me get this out of the way real quick. Now, after that, what you're going to want to do is obviously tape it up so that whatever does show up, or you can paint it or whatever, so what does show up through this is not going to be like a giant red flag saying, here I am, shoot me. If it's already a good color or something, and you don't want to worry about it, you don't have to. But what I used is I used yarn. I would recommend using burlap or jute, as I am very cheap, and burlap and jute were not within my area or price range to go buy or find. So those work much better. You can hot glue it. You can use PVC cement. you can use whatever you want. Again, the higher end stuff like the PVC cement would obviously work better. I used hot glue. Took me about 2 hours to do the whole gun, scope and body, but I mean, it wasn't that bad since I was always gluing it. What you're gonna want is about, yeah, I know I said want twice. You're gonna want about 2-foot strands. So for the scope, since it sits higher up on the gun, and about 1.5-foot strands for the body, since it sits lower on the gun, so that they both come to right about the same height. I don't know if you can see that. Now you can see that. Oh wait, cat. There's my cat again. Oh no, that's right, I deleted that video. Alright, never mind. Basically all I did with the scope is a toilet paper tube. Did the exact same thing, except I did not slice it down the length of the tube. It's just solid. Taped it up. I cut and kind of flared the end a little, as you may or may not be able to see in the video. But that helps it to fit right over the scope. This is, I don't know how to explain this. This is hard to explain. What he did in the video is he used PVC pipe. Stop it. Get out of here, cat. He used PVC pipe, so he just opened it up so that it fit over the scope. I had to use this, obviously. So what I did is I closed it up around the scope, and it came to like that. And this extra overlap part made it too tight on the scope, which I later found out when I tried to put it back on. So what I did is I opened it back up, cut that out, and then the scope, like, kind of, it's hard to cut out your own finger. So it kind of came to that. So now I was left with this extra piece about as long as the tube. What I did is I took that piece, and I think I had another one laying around, so I can't really say that. So I took that and ran it about a 1/2 inch or 1.5 inches or 1 inch in, and just taped it on, and then just hot glued it, and that covers the top of the scope as well as the front end of it up to the front rail. It also leaves the back end open, so you can look through it and it's not messing with your vision as far as the back end. You keep this clear, and you keep the front of, like, right here clear, and you should be fine. You won't have any vision impairment, and hopefully you won't be seen. So, again, just a quick overview of that, maybe a how-to if you were listening and you replay the video a few times. Again, I gotta thank Vivan56 for the idea of this to get me started. Again, I would recommend using PVC pipe instead of cardboard, PVC cement, and burlap or jute. If you're cheap like me and just want something for a backyard war, I'd use exactly what I have here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you think. Rogue Recon Airsoft out.